Hello, YouTubers and gamers. Drummer Dreamer here. Hope you're all doing fine and staying healthy in these weird times we're living in. Today, I'd like to talk to you about an issue that I observed lately. To be honest, I struggled for quite a while on whether I should put out my 2 cents or not about this one. I've always thought, well, who cares what I think, right? But maybe some people might, so here it goes. The issue, albeit not a huge one that I lose sleep over, but wanted to say a few words about nonetheless, that I referred to in the beginning of the video is the current state of gaming community and the rise of reviews or opinions or rants that sometimes span across anywhere between 15 minutes to an hour or sometimes even an hour and a half or so that is beyond critical and maybe even downright, well, dare I say it, pointless in my opinion. The reason why I wanted to point this out is that as a casual gamer, I enjoy a good objective review which is aimed towards helping its viewers to make a buy or pass decision or provide interesting insights into certain aspects of the game's strengths, as well as its weaknesses, etc., just as much as the next guy. I do like to stress the description, casual gamer, as my remarks on this video is purely based on the fact that I'm a casual gamer. That being said, I do realize what I feel about this game or game developer bashing, so to speak, might not resonate with the die-hard, all grind, I have to have the best loot, I have to beat the boss in the unfreaking believable difficulty type of players out there. Which, don't get me wrong, I completely respect in the sense that these people possess the time, the motivation, the patience, the perseverance, and the dexterity, etc., that I don't have. I kind of understand their point their point of view and entertain the possibility that they may have higher standards and expectations from a game than I do. I reckon as a natural consequence, they have a strong desire to hold the game developers to higher standards they deem as acceptable. It may as well be rooted in the reality that many of these gamers and content creators, unlike myself, are professionals and are actually making a living with monetization in YouTube, for example, or various ways of contribution by their viewer base, and for sure, appealing to an audience appealing to a like-minded audience, which share the same views, as well as retaining that said audience is not an easy task. So I guess the passionate delivery is indeed more effective in getting the message across and making a certain point. I'm not at all suggesting that the reaction or the frustration, for whatever the reason or topic may be, is not genuine, by the way. I'm sure it is, and who am I to say otherwise? It is not at all easy to create content. It is a time-consuming and tedious process after all, and I believe nobody in their sane mind does attempt to create videos for the sake of just creating videos and ranting about stuff that is wrong or, broken or frustrating in such and such game unless there's a very strong argument to be made. I also happen to oftentimes find myself agreeing to a lot of what is being said in these videos. My point basically is, lately I have been observing a rising trend in these types of content in comparison to good, comprehensive, mostly neutral, and sometimes even comedic reviews I used to enjoy. With that regard, I started to get the feeling that there's not a single game out there that is worth buying, playing, or spending time on, given as a community we seem to be complaining at an increasing rate. There is nothing wrong about being vocal about what we do not appreciate and therefore want to see get fixed or changed or improved. However, let's keep in mind that these people we would like to be heard by do not have unlimited bandwidth to hear us all out. With that regard, I'm feeling like this surge of constant criticism is becoming more and more like noise, and after a certain threshold, this trend would only serve as creating echo chambers that consist mostly of our own confirmation bias and would not mean much to anyone eventually. That Happens to be my slight fear, to be honest. I guess if we want to be heard by the developers as a community, we should keep in mind the proverb, you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. But then again, to paraphrase Dr. Sheldon Cooper, you can even catch more flies with manure. So, what do I know? Drummer Dreamer out. Peace.